Okay, so I am live on YouTube, just not on that link. What the hell? Oh, God. Well, that's dumb. All right, but at least we're live. All right. All right, so we are live on my channel. All right, cool, 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 cool. That's what I was worried about. All right, so we are live. We're just not live on that link. Why isn't? Why did it not? Yeah, that's weird. That's totally weird. So let me delete that link. Manage videos. Live. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So delete forever. I understand that. We'll delete. Goodbye forever. But let me edit this. I can change the thumbnail. Downloads. Thumbnail. Oh shit! I made the thumbnail with my phone. Whoops. Hold on. Oh, I just gotta upload it real quick. And then we'll get back to business. All right, let me go. Where's my Gmail or my email? There's my dumb face. All right, cool. All right, we're good. What's up, y'all? Give me a second. I have some technical error. I don't know why Streamlabs didn't connect it to the studio. The studio already made. Sorry, I'm talking really far away from my mic. So yeah, just give me 1 second here. Video details. Upload thumbnail. There's me. And we'll save that. This is, you guys get to see a little bit of how things are done behind the scenes. It sucks. It's a pain in the ass. And don't you freeze up on me, man. What are you doing? Change is saved. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. All right. So we're already half an hour in and we barely covered any freaking news. But that's okay. That's okay. You guys get to hang out with me. This is an opportunity for you guys to kind of chill with me, hang out, ask questions. We can interact live with the comments. I'm using Streamlabs for this instead of StreamYard. This is the first time I've ever done this. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me put my TikTok back up because we're streaming this on TikTok too. Gorklon Rust, you're kidding me. For shit's sake, that's stupid. So we should be live on TikTok. Let me pull that up so I can see the comments. Okay, cool. I hate when I start a live stream and have to cut it back off. But yeah, I don't know why it wasn't streaming on YouTube at first. So let me put my phone right there. So just so you can see, I got TikTok on my phone so I can see the comments there. I got my Streamlabs set up here. My day's going very good. Catch my whiff. How is your day going? I appreciate you asking. Yeah, it's yeah, it's going. It's going. But no, I thought I would try something different today. Because planning out podcasts is fun and all, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to just kind of hang out with you guys. If anybody joins, we can hang out in the comments, interact live one on one. Jeanette, what's up? Hello, how are you? Oh, this is nice. All right, all right. Now I'm enjoying this. People are starting to show up. I really like this. So I'm gonna react live to a lot of this stuff with you guys. Somebody just told me that Elon's name is like Gork. Oh, this guy's insane. This guy's insane. Okay, so Elon, that's why I couldn't find Elon Musk, because he changed his name to Gorklon Rust. Really? I'm glad you're doing okay. Catch my whiff. Yeah, it's been tough. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like after this Washington D.C. trip, I put like every ounce of effort into getting there. And like thanks to your guys' donations and stuff, Mike and I were able to go, and it covered the hotels and everything like that, and food and parking. So it was a lot of fun, man. Being in DC again, it was, you know, it was kind of disappointing that more people didn't show up, but at the same time, we were like where we were at was amazing, right on the National Mall. We had the Capitol building on one side of us, the Washington Monument on the other, and I hadn't been into DC since I was like 12 years old. So now I'm 47, so 35 years it's been. So yeah, it's far more fun when people interact, provided they're not doinks. Yeah, we're gonna get some doinks in here over the next few hours, I'm sure. But this is gonna be a lot of fun. I heard they didn't pick a pope yet. So at least we know it's not Donald Trump yet. Can you believe his reaction to that shit? Is hilarious. He's like, "Oh, they just can't take a joke." What? What? How? Bro, they made fun of Obama. Like, they dragged Obama because he wore a tan suit. A tan suit. Let me turn my mic up a little bit for this. Yeah. Remember that? Remember those good old days? We could probably watch the video. Here, let's look up. All right, Fox News, Obama, tan suit. Let's see here.
Out addressing reporters on Thursday, and he was wearing this tan suit.
It's from The Daily Show. Here, let's watch this.
President Obama's decision to wear a light tan suit at yesterday's news conference. He was wearing a tan suit.
Light tan suit.
I think it was shocking to a lot of people. Is this an effort to make him look warmer?
Make him look warmer. Okay, that's it. Warmer.
There's no way I think any of us can excuse what the president did yesterday. I mean, and then for him to walk out. I'm not trying to be trivial here, but in a light suit, light tan suit.
Also known as Tangate.
Tan suit, and how the tan suit made him look unpresidential.
Whoever talked him into going into a tan suit, they're so desperate because of these low poll numbers, they're willing to do anything.
Anything! Oh my God! The tan suit.
The tan suit made him look unpresidential.
Remember that? Jesus Christ. Yes, that was, they had a meltdown because Obama wore a tan suit, and now we're at let's see, Trump Pope. we're here. Where is it? Yeah, we're here. That's what Donald Trump posted. And then when they asked him about it, they're like, "Oh, you just can't take a joke." I'm like, what? Are you serious? Oh, hold on. React. Oh shit, what did I do? Oh, there we go. Yeah, hopefully TikTok doesn't get mad at me. Bro, look at him, man. This is him at the Pope's funeral. This is so embarrassing, man. My goodness. Yeah, so if you guys can, let's share this live. If we could get some people in here, that'd be awesome. I'm going to be on here until 8 o'clock tonight. So, yeah. Oh, here's his reaction. This is fantastic.
Catholics loved it.
He blamed it on the left.
Some Catholics were not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics. You mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it. I had nothing to do with it. Somebody made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the internet. That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was AI, but I know nothing about it. I just saw it.
Maybe it was AI, guys. Maybe. Just maybe that was the AI. But I love how he doesn't like to take the blame for anything. He won't even take the blame for like reposting the picture. Like obviously we know he didn't. I wouldn't be surprised if he's sitting there like like Elon Musk showed him how to make AI pictures using Grok or something, and that's what he does when he's not golfing and destroying the economy and pissing all other world leaders off. And so far, he's just we're it's low energy Trump. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Low T Trump. But this is their alpha. This is their alpha. This is their leader, the one they think is the best of them all. Yeah, holy shit, we are in trouble as a society. All right, so yeah, so I guess they haven't picked the new pope yet. Let's hope it's not Donald Trump, because he can't even be president because he sucks at it so horribly bad. But yeah, let's hope that yeah, God, dear God, Canada hates Trump. Jesus Christ. So Trump posted an AI image of himself as the Pope, but let's get fucking real here. Bro, these guys are no, they're ruthless. Canada's pissed. How do you piss off Canada? It's like one of the nicest countries in the world, and somehow we've managed to piss off Canada. What the what? Wait, hold on. You know what? I better make sure my monetization is turned off on this video, because I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't do it. Let me just double check. I don't need ad revenue on. I would rather see that. I understand where you're coming from. Content live off. Okay, cool. We're good. I would rather say, because I've gotten notices from YouTube like, oh, you can't say this advertiser. It's not advertiser friendly or whatever. I'm like, man, fuck that. I want to say what I want to say. I'm not going to hold back anymore like that. But because of this shit, we have to. So I would rather turn the ad revenue off and just be able to talk. You know what I mean? Because it's frustrating having to hold back when this is what we're dealing with. I mean, right now I'm on TikTok, so I can't even say the word. But yeah, Elon is too busy playing with Grok. His page is weird. He posts AI images of himself, Amanda. That shit's like, how weird do you? I've never seen a more pathetic man than Elon Musk. You guys know his whole image is just created by a PR firm. Yo, hey Jeanette, thank you for the donation, or the I don't know what those are called. I always forget. Thank you for the contribution. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, if we also are still trying to fundraise for the show. So that's the other part of this. Like, I want to do some news. I want to hang out with you guys, react to comments live, react to the news live. Like I said, I'm going into a lot of this blind. I really didn't watch a lot of news today. But we are trying to fundraise too. So if anybody's able to out there, or if you know of anybody that knows anybody that has some money, we are looking for sponsors. We're looking for donations. It's in the link tree. Also, all of our stuff is in the link tree too, as far as like our Instagram pages or TikTok account, which is actually starting to grow to almost 10,000 followers, which is amazing because I haven't been banned yet. I usually get banned from TikTok a lot earlier than that. I get to like 3,000 followers, and they're like, no, we don't like this guy. We don't like this guy. We can't do this. So let's see what Elon Musk is doing. But we are looking. I'm sorry. Before I get into Elon Musk, we are looking for donations. I do have our GoFundMe in there. I do have my Cash App as well. People say they don't like GoFundMe. I know Cash App could be just easier. We are trying to raise funds because, like, the computer, the monitors I have now, the camera, like literally all the microphone, all this stuff is because of you guys, because of your donations. But we've got to like pick up steam somehow. I don't know how to break through these algorithms. And I'm not good at fundraising. I'm not good at going around just like asking people for money to help us out. I feel weird doing that. I don't know if it's a guy thing or I don't know. I just feel odd. But yeah, I feel like we've built a great community though, and I want to keep going. But it's been a year and a half. It's been a year and a half. We've been self-funding this project because there are monthly fees associated with doing podcasts. Like the StreamYard costs money, and the YouTube memberships and all the other memberships that you pay for on other social media platforms. The shit adds up. So it's been tough keeping it going, but we love the community we built. We really do. That's why we're like really wanting to just never stop and just keep going and keep growing. So that's what we plan on doing. But yeah, let's see what Elon Musk is up to. I don't know if this bursted Elon Musk's bubble, but scientists came out because you guys know how Elon Musk is always talking about. Wait, hold on. I got to see this comment. Did you hear about the Bureau of Prisons took away money from corrections officers? You know, it'd be weird. Did you guys hear about that page before we get into this, before I lose my train of thought? You guys ever hear about that page called the Doge Quest? It was a page basically doxing all the Doge employees, and it showed all the places they've been and all their offices and all that stuff. And I was just thinking, like, that would be such a shame if, like, they were to come up with like an ICE quest, because like one of these days they're gonna find out that you can't treat people like that, and they're gonna suffer. They're gonna get karma. They're gonna suffer the consequences of their actions. And a lot of what they're doing is essentially illegal, but they've been given illegal orders by the president. I mean, they shouldn't even be following some of these orders they've been given. It's insane. It pains me to watch Americans treat just other human beings the way they do, especially ICE. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, how can you just take somebody off the street with no evidence whatsoever and just throw them in the back of an airplane and send them to a country that they're not even from? Oh my God. Are we serious? Is that what we've become as a country? Please tell me. And if you're okay with that, please, for the love of God, just seek help, because that's not okay. That's not normal. It's not normal to feel like this about other human beings. Okay. And, yeah. All right. So let's get into this real quick. So I talk to Grok more than I talk to humans these days. That's pretty sad. Who is Sir Doge of the coin? Of course, he has 416,000 followers. Is this Elon Musk? Is this another Elon Musk spam account? Like, this dude has burner accounts. I don't know what to make of this guy anymore. Like, it's pathetic. But this guy literally has burner accounts where he talks to himself. That's the weirdest shit ever. Oh, here. Okay, here's this thing. He wants us to go to Mars. This is his thing. The genius. He thinks he's convinced people that we should go to Mars. But then scientists today came out and said that the maximum that humans could live on Mars is 4 years. For various reasons. To include the fact there's no oxygen. I understand terraforming. I understand building, whatever, some science fiction shit. But yeah, and gravity. Obviously, there's less gravity, so it would destroy our bone density. And you could maximum live over there for 4 years. So Elon Musk's journey to want to live on Mars and colonize Mars because he thinks the Earth is going to burn up in a fiery ball is insane. Oh, look, here he is with Ben Shapiro, another right-wing troll, a professional troll. I don't know what this guy. These people are disgusting. This is who almost 80 million people have elevated to the top of society. So I haven't seen this video, but until modern times, if you're strong. Hold on. All right, hold on. I got to hear this.
Rightness through most of history, the operating principle has been might makes right. Up until modern times, if you were stronger, you were right. Now we've sort of flipped it to if you're weaker, you're right. But neither is true. There is rightness independent of strength or weakness. Just because somebody's strong doesn't mean they're right, and because somebody's weak doesn't mean they're right. You have to look at morals in the absolute. Through most of history,
It's gibberish, guys. It's gibberish. Okay, so Elon Musk, his entire image has been crafted by, like I was saying, a PR team. Okay, so he came to the United States. He had money, but he crafted an image of being a self-made millionaire. Okay, he's never invented anything, and all his ideas are bad. The Cybertruck is a perfect example of that. He's never invented anything. He's never created anything. He's an entrepreneur who has come to the United States, according to his brother, illegally, used the money that he came here with to start buying and selling companies. That's what he did. And then he had a PR team, just like Donald Trump had a PR team for The Apprentice. That's why people think Donald Trump is a good businessman. It's all like reality TV, public relations stuff. Even the people at The Apprentice admit that it's their fault that we have Donald Trump today. Why we think Donald Trump is a good businessman. When I say we, not the collective we, but, you know, MAGA thinks that they watched a lot of The Apprentice and they thought he was a good businessman, not knowing that it's not real. It's a TV show. That's basically what Elon Musk's entire life is. It's a made-for-TV, just reality TV garbage, okay? An image that he's created, and now that he bought Twitter, and now that he, you know, confidently did the old, I have to be careful what I say because of TikTok, but, you know, ever since he did the old salute, yeah, people are seeing him for what he really is. And then we found out he cheats at video games, which is one of the most pathetic things I've ever heard in my life. And, like, it's not like he was cheating at Call of Duty, like he was using aimbot or something like that on Call of Duty to win at Warzone. Like, this guy was cheating on a level, like, paying somebody to build a character up to make him look like he was one of the best in the world, just so people thought he was cool and that he was good at video games. Like, it's all bullshit. Even his hairline, it's bullshit. Come on. Elon Musk is the poster boy for gender-affirming care. Between the Botox, the ketamine, I don't know if that's... Wait, whoa, yeah. All right, hold up. That's the other thing, too. We got this guy, Ketamine Musk. Let's see if I type that in, what comes up. Oh, this was the interview he did with, what the hell's this guy's name? Don Lemon.
That's my question about, do you ever abuse it? That's why. Do you think you're inebriated when you do ketamine?
No, if you do a lot of ketamine, then you're inebriated. Yeah. If you do a small amount, you're not.
That's my question about, do you ever abuse it? That's why
I think so.
Yeah. So how often do you take it?
Hopefully that's better.
Well, it'd be like a small amount once every other week or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. A small amount every other week.
Do you think you're inebriated when you do ketamine?
Oh my God. All right, so ketamine, hold up. Musk on ketamine. Inauguration? Was it the inauguration? Oh, we can't forget this one. This was great when he was balancing. Oh wait, there's a video.
Timmy, should do this. Oh, fucking hell, Timmy, let's take a picture of
I can turn my mic up. Is that better or is that too low still? Let me know, because I can actually turn it up a little more. Hold on. Actually, I can turn it up a lot more. Let me see here. Let me go into my mic. Oh yeah, that would explain it. That should be perfect. Hopefully. All right. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. So now we can move on. Oh, this one. Yeah, we cannot forget this one. Okay, this is also Ketamine Musk here with the sunglasses on. You can't form a sentence. Just
look, you voted for whatever, $44 billion.
If you got to protect the First Amendment, it's not much more important than that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of criticism, and people said, well, that proves he's a huge idiot from
still low.
Look, you voted for whatever, $44 billion, and now it's worth like 8 cents. And
it's not worth 8 cents.
It was essentially to buy freedom of expression.
If you got to protect the First Amendment.
What? That was not English. It's still low? How can it be? It's not still low. Tell me, you're trolling me now, right? Tell me you're trolling me. You tell me on TikTok. Is the mic low? Is the mic low? Tell me. I don't want to be on here for another 3 hours with the mic being low. So this should be better, actually. So, you need Trump and Musk being sent to Mars, but no return ticket. Yes. Or no extra oxygen. That would be awesome, too. Okay, let's, one can only hope. But there's more. I mean, there's so many videos of him just completely blasted out of his mind. And I hope he loses everything. I hope he loses everything. Oh my God, did you guys? All right, I don't listen to the guy anymore. I haven't listened to him since his like first or second album, but freaking the whole Kanye West, or Yadoff as I like to call him, his new album, holy buckets of shit. Bro, he has a song called HH. I can't say what it is because I'm on TikTok, but it's Heil. Bro has had a breakdown. Like, I don't understand why they don't put him in the hospital. Obviously, the laughing gas he got from his doctors cooked his brains. I mean, coming out in a full-on, 3-letter outfit. God, I hate having to censor myself on TikTok. So if I sound like I'm baby talking or spelling things out, that's why, because I'm also on TikTok, and I have to be careful on TikTok. But yeah, so let's go to the news. Let's see what's on the news. Also, I have TikTok pulled up. If you guys hear of any stories while we're here, we can pull them up and look them up. So yeah, first we got the Pope. 133 cardinals gathered in the Sistine Chapel to begin electing a successor to Pope Francis, but black smoke signaled no pope was chosen on the first ballot. I have no clue how this process works. I do not follow Catholicism or the Vatican, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm interested in this story or know anything about it. I know it's a big deal to a lot of people. I'm just not religious. I have a weird view on things. I'm what you would call a deist, which is I believe in God, just not religion. Make up funny alternate words. Yeah, that's harder than you think. We've been trying to, like for the PDF file. That's a good one. That's a good one. Or Kid Diddler, we could use that. That's always a good one. But you got to be careful when you're on TikTok. There's only Amanda's watching me on TikTok anyway, so I don't think she'll get me in trouble. So we're good. Yeah, this shit with India though got me nervous, especially with Trump at the helm, because for crying out loud, like he is so not fit to lead. White House to pull nomination for Surgeon General. Okay, great. Trump ramps up criticism of 60 Minutes Harris interview amid lawsuit. He's still talking about this. So yeah, it seems to think that they are, with no evidence whatsoever, he's going after 60 Minutes for editing an interview with Kamala Harris to make her look better. Even though he won the election, so I don't understand why we're still even talking about this. Okay, dude, get over it. You won. What the hell does this interview have to do with anything? Yeah, Amanda asked about Alcatraz. We talked about that yesterday. That's so stupid. We can actually... Let me pull up Google. Let's look at Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island. We can look at images. It's a museum. It's a museum. It's literally falling apart. It's got the original bars and shit from like the 1960s. And JFK, I believe, was the one that closed it. So it's been closed since then, and it's been used as a good source of revenue, though. It has bring in a lot of money. People do like to go visit it just to check it out because a lot of people were there, like Al Capone, and a lot of high profile inmates. So, but yeah, I don't understand that's one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard of. The place is covered in lead paint, rusty bars. The electricity is old. There's no running sewage. There's enough facilities for like tourists and maintenance workers and stuff like that. But other than that, it's so they would have to spend millions of dollars. And I think it only holds like 300 people. What are we even talking about here? And the reason they closed it down, and this is peak Donald Trump, the reason they closed it down was because it literally cost more money to operate than it brought in. So that's just the Donald Trump way. Just waste money. And then when it goes bankrupt, you just blame it on somebody else. So yeah, the Alcatraz thing is insane. Not quite as insane as, at least it's on U.S. territory. Good Lord. The whole, I think the CCOT thing in El Salvador is going to blow up. I think that's going to blow up. it's definitely more profitable as a museum. Yeah, absolutely. That would be a huge loss of income for the city. So yeah, but the CCOT thing, I think that agreement's going to blow up because of all the heat. You know, they weren't expecting us to be outraged with all this, which I can't believe they thought nobody's going to react like this. So hopefully they bring him home. But I think because Donald Trump agreed to send convicted criminals, if I'm not mistaken, and come to find out, lo and behold, he's just sending random people that have tattoos. Not even gang tattoos, just tattoos. Or they're wearing a Bulls outfit or hat. So the crazy part is I could be the same outfit with the same exact tattoos and standing next to a person with a little bit darker skin, and they would be singled out as a gang member. It's just because of the color of their skin. Okay, let's not pretend it's about deporting criminals. They've already deported American citizens. They're trying to deny they've deported American citizens, which is insane. Let me see if I can find that video. I couldn't believe that. I hear my dog barking. Yep, that's my dog barking. White House denies. Here you go. Yeah, perfect. This was from yesterday.
It is also violating the fundamental right of individuals. Do you believe that the Constitution grants everyone in our country the right to due process, including non-citizens?
The administration has the authority to.
Ma'am, I'm looking for a yes or no question. Yes or no. Do you believe the Constitution? Yes, ma'am. Do you,
we have not conducted an
claiming my time, Mr. Chairman?
Time is yours.
Okay. Secretary Noem, I'm just looking for a yes or no here. Do you believe the Constitution guarantees due process to everyone in America?
Due process is exactly what this Congress lays out.
Yes or no?
Okay,
ma'am, I'll take that as a no.
On due process.
Excuse me, I'm trying to ascertain your understanding of the law as it applies to your department, and you as its leader.
As a Homeland Security. Oh my God, this is terrifying. I'm trying to find the part.
Should be able to give us a yes or no answer because judge after judge has ruled that the law is not being followed. Do you believe that the U.S. government has the authority to deport American citizens?
No, and we are not deporting U.S. citizens.
I'm so happy to hear that you do not believe that the law gives you that authority because the federal government has no authority under U.S. laws to deport any American citizen. And as I know, everyone viewing this hearing today knows that several American citizens have been deported to date. Secretary Noem, that was not a question. Secretary Noem.
She was like, that is not a question. Yes, this is true. She's flat out lying. Testifying at the oversight hearing, lying. That's U.S. Yes, several children who were born in the United States, which makes them citizens under the United States Constitution, were deported to countries they're not from. Because supposedly, allegedly, their parents came here illegally, but because of the lack of due process, there was no way to prove whether or not they did come here illegally or not in some of these cases. So, and whether they did or not, it doesn't matter. If you're born in the United States, that's part of the deal. You know, that's what the Constitution says, birthright citizenship. I don't understand why it's so hard for MAGA to understand these concepts. And they are going after, I believe it's called the Right Amendment, but yeah, they are going after it, trying to, that's from April. Trying to deport U.S., or they don't care if they're, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, if they're here illegally or not, it doesn't matter. If you're born in the United States, and if you have 2 feet on American soil, you get due process. If you're being accused of a crime, you get due process. But for fuck's sake, all right, listen to me when I say this. Crossing the border illegally is not a felony. Okay, are you guys hearing what I'm saying? I wish MAGA was watching this because people are being sent to death camps in El Salvador for what is essentially a misdemeanor. So for some reason, people are okay with that, and they're not even getting a trial for a misdemeanor. So that's crazy. That's insane. But yeah, everybody in the United States with 2 feet on American soil is entitled to due process if they're being accused of a crime. They have the right to defend themselves. That's the whole point. The whole point. All right, so let's go back to the news. Let's see what's going on. Of course they are. Of course they are. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's go to Reuters. See, this is what I like about ground news. It'll even show you the factuality of the source. If they, yeah, so you can always choose which one to go to. So let's go to Reuters. Where's the article? Where's the article? Where's the article? News from Reuters. Yeah, I get that. Oh, what the hell? Oh, there it is. Okay. What am I looking for here? There we go. Okay, so sorry, let's read it. Let's go over this because this applies to Elon's money. SpaceX's Starlink has become a big benefactor of Trump's tariff trade war. Leaked memo shows SpaceX satellite internet service Starlink is directly benefiting from the Trump administration's tariff trade war, according to leaked State Department memos obtained by the Washington Post. The memos show that the U.S. pushing countries to adopt Starlink. Some show that countries believe doing so could help lubricate their U.S. trade and tariff negotiations. One memo about the tiny African nation of Lesotho, I don't know if I'm saying that right, which the U.S. imposed a 50% tariff against. I've never heard of this country. Flat out said, so about his 10-year deal with Starlink, Elon Musk, founder, blah, 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 blah. State Department described the work of pushing deals for an American satellite company as patriotic in light of competition from China. Okay, so we have the White House directly peddling for Elon Musk, not just Tesla, which is permanently damaged brand-wise. And that was the only thing Tesla really had going for it was the brand, right? I mean, it wasn't actually a good car. It was at first, but they really weren't innovative after a while. They just kind of built the same car over and over again. They didn't really do anything new. If anything, they started being behind quite a while ago. And when China starts sending all of their BYD electric vehicles overseas, that's going to completely crush Tesla because they're making electric vehicles for like $13,000 over there. Yeah. I don't even know. What's the cheapest Tesla? Like 30, 40, 50 grand? I don't even know what it is with tariffs now. So, yeah. That's crazy. All right. So let's see what else we got. Yeah, Biden, I don't think it would have mattered either if you would have drawn earlier. I think he just shouldn't have ran altogether at this point. I don't know. What do you guys think? Ground News is a sponsor? I would. I don't know how to reach out to him or what to say. I don't. Just because we're, tiny little guy. We're this tiny little podcast just trying to keep up with all the big dogs. But yeah, we do what we can. We'll get there, man. We'll get there. Oh, for crying out loud. But RFK Jr. is a nightmare, dude. Why do we have a guy with brain worms running the health department? That's absurd. I'd like to get some sponsors. I would. I'd like to join One Midas Touch. I would. I really would. I've been following those guys since they had like 800,000 followers. They're one of the reasons I wanted to start a podcast. So, yeah. But no, this is so far so good, I guess. Going okay. This is kind of like a technical experiment too, because I really haven't used this streaming platform for this. So yeah. So this is working out so far so good. Our mobile stream actually went really good. If you guys didn't catch it when we streamed from DC on location using a laptop, I actually used my phone as like a wireless router to connect to the internet, and we streamed the entire thing. But now we know what we need, exactly what we need for the next one. Because we definitely could have did a better performance. Not a performance, but we could have put on a better production. Okay, so Kennedy launches Autism Project using Medicare and Medicaid data. Jesus Christ, this guy's On May 7th, a pilot initiative was launched to create a Medicare and Medicaid database centered on autism and various chronic diseases aimed at supporting research into their underlying causes. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. We'll talk about that here in a second. This initiative stems from HHS blah, blah, blah effort to identify autism's root causes. He thinks they're environmental. Okay. Despite rebukes, doubts from advocacy groups, scientists, all scientists are like, this is dumb. The database will combine insurance claims, medical records, and wearable technology data to support research led by NIH director, I don't even know how to say his last name, on autism and chronic disease burdens. Experts note limitations to Medicare and Medicaid data coverage and emphasize stringent privacy laws. Obviously, they should not have access to all of that information, but that's dangerous. But this is not what they're not looking to find out what the cause is. They don't want people with autism or other diseases to reproduce. This is eugenics. I don't care if you call me crazy. Elon Musk is a believer in it. He does his whole selective breeding via IVF. His daughter verified that. Donald Trump calls it the racehorse theory. He very much so believes in it. I can't say again the word, but it rhymes with Yahtzee. This is what they are. They believe in fucking eugenics. Okay, this is not a joke. I'm being dead serious. And just a personal story about me. Some of you guys may know this story already. My mom was born in occupied Poland during World War II, or it was right on the edge of Germany. And she was adopted because she was orphaned as a result of the war. And she was adopted by a German woman. The woman was a nurse, and she was not able to have kids. The reason she was not able to have kids is because the occupying force at the time, the mustache guy people, Yahtzees, see, that's why I was saying it's so stupid, forced her to be sterilized, okay, because she was disabled. They don't want disabled people to reproduce. Okay, that's how they think they can get rid of disabilities and things like autism and stuff, is to make sure people like that don't have kids. That's, I'm not. This is exactly what this is. You can call, like I said, you can call me crazy, but that's what they're trying to do. If they're trying to keep a database on people with disabilities, and targeting especially autism, that's not good. That's something we should definitely be aware of. That's happening right under our noses. We can't do a damn thing about it, apparently. So that sucks. But let's go back to Twitter and see if Donald Trump has posted anything else since last time. America is so back. This guy posts like a maniac. What is this? This is from the White House's official page. Before the mainstream media starts rewriting reality, this illegal alien is not a Massachusetts man. Don't even try it. Okay. An illegal alien convicted of R-wording a 13-year-old fled to the U.S. and was found living in a Massachusetts He was found living in a Massachusetts daycare. Biden's open borders let this filth live freely for years. President Trump's policies will hunt down and deport every last predator. Okay, are we going, do I have to break the news to Donald Trump here? I mean, if they're going to deport every last predator, can't we just deport the predator of them all? The one running the show? And that's not even allegedly. That's per court documents and an actual jury. Let me look at the comments here real quick. Sorry about that. Yeah. Until they have citizenship. Yeah. Israel's a massive albatross around the neck of every politician. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I've never seen it before until recently, how much influence Israel has on the world. Not just the United States, but the entire world. They have their hands in everything, man. And I'm sorry, I don't understand how anybody can support what they're doing to the Gaza Strip. And Donald Trump's on board with it. I mean, they want to put They literally want to make a beachfront property. I guarantee they want to build a giant resort for all the billionaires and millionaires to go visit. And of course, they're going to ask everybody to leave. What? And again, like I said, we started this off with brown suit. Okay, Obama wore a brown suit. Liz, what's up? Hi, how's everybody doing? It's nice to see everyone. Yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow here. We've been on for unofficially an hour and 11 minutes. Well, not really, because I had to stop and then restart for some reason. It didn't go live on YouTube right away. So far, so good. But we're having a good time. I'm going to be on here until about 8 o'clock, maybe a little sooner. I'm not sure. See how the night goes. And at the same time, like I said, we are trying to raise some money. So if you are able to help out, please go to our Linktree information, which is in the description of the video or the bio, our bio, whichever one you guys are watching on. If you're watching on TikTok, it's in our bio. The Linktree also has all our social media information as well as our GoFundMe. Plus, I'd put, some people apparently don't like GoFundMe, so I also put my Cash App in the description of the video. So, and if you guys do donate, please let me know in the comments so I can recognize you for it, please. But we are just getting started. I know it's been a year and a half, and I've been saying that for a year and a half that we've been getting started. But yeah, we're not planning on stopping anytime soon. And I think Liz can attest to that. And thanks to Liz, it's the only one. Liz is a big reason why I was even able to make it to DC. Yeah, because I started off the month with a massive car repair bill that she was nice enough to help me with a little bit. So I don't know if you mind me calling you out for that, Liz, but we love you for that. And I'm so glad we got to meet in person in DC. I'm so glad we got to meet everybody in DC. That was probably the best part of the whole experience, was going to DC and getting to meet all the influencers and stuff that we've had on the show. That's the crazy part. Like we knew everybody before we got there. We had just never actually officially met anybody. Like Liz, we've been talking to you for like 2 years now. So the fact that we've never met in person is almost kind of crazy. So yeah, all right. So the next page or the next post, we post this, and keep in mind, this is the same guy that's running around going, you know, these tattoos are real. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I have that video. I can pull that up. I want to watch that video right now. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. I forget which day we showed it. Was it the 5th? Catholics can't take a joke. No, that wasn't it. Hold on. I got it. Was it the 4th? Yeah, there it is. This is kind of fun. I can actually do this stuff on the fly.
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute.
Well, wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
He had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshop. So let me
That was Photoshop. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry, but you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture.
And you think it was Photoshop?
Show the picture.
Well,
here we go.
Show the picture. Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir. I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador.
Right. That's why nobody believes the news. Let's look at that photo. The only thing I like about Twitter is the search feature. It's really the only thing that's good. This is the photo. This is the photo that Donald Trump is holding. That's his little tiny pterodactyl hands there. Yeah. Obviously, anybody with I was going to say half a brain, but even like, come on, man. God damn it. Jesus. Obviously, like, so he looked at this picture, right? They handed him this picture, like, look, sir, this is what these tattoos mean. And he looked at it and goes, well, he has MS-13 directly tattooed on there. And nobody corrected them. They're like, no, sir, that's not what we're saying. We're just labeling it for you because you're a fucking idiot. But obviously he's an idiot because he just multiple times claims that this is real tattoos. Like, I could go put Sharpie on my fingers right now and put MS-13 on my fingers, and Donald Trump would think it's a real tattoo. Come on, Rick. You got to give me a break. Got to give me a break. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, obviously that's just there. They're trying to say those symbols represent M as the marijuana leaf spelled for the M. The smiley face is S. The cross, I don't know how they got 1 out of that. And I have no idea how they got 3 out of a skull. But this is the Trump administration. We're talking about they are not the brightest bulbs in the box. They were all broken bulbs. They were bulbs that were dropped on their heads as children. I'm sorry. God, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. We just talked about this yesterday where Peter Navarro, Donald Trump's tariff expert. Donald Trump's tariff expert. Listen to me here. Peter Navarro has written several books about how tariffs are amazing and how Donald Trump can ride tariffs all the way to the finish line, that it's going to be a big win for America. And he keeps quoting Ron Vera as his expert. In every book he quotes this guy named Ron Vera, and it still blows me away that nobody calls this out. Obviously, he also just got out of prison, but Ron Vera is just an anagram of the last name Navarro. If you move the letters around, it's spelled, but so it's a made-up source. So he has written several books and published them out into the world, which means people have read them and gone, oh, yeah, this Ron Vera guy really knows what he's talking about. Because people don't research shit. So Ron Vera is completely made up. He's not a real source. He doesn't exist. And that is who Donald Trump is listening to. He is listening to Ron Vera, a.k.a. Peter Navarro. Yeah, that's crazy. That, to me, blows me away. His entire tariff policy, his entire understanding of tariffs comes from a guy who made up the expert source for his books because nobody would agree with him. Because every economist in the world is like, yeah, what Donald Trump's doing is completely stupid. I mean, he's tariffing countries I've never even heard of before. But I just read that one from Africa. It's like, must be a small country in Africa. And I'm like, why? Why? And he's losing the tariff war, y'all. China is winning. We got to talk about this. China is winning this tariff war. Not just the tariff war, but they're winning, period. Donald Trump has made China so powerful and so influential in the world that I don't think people understand it yet. We are no longer, our standing in the world is completely ruined. Our reputation, shot. Because we're always going to be the people that elected Donald Trump. Who is going to look to us with confidence from here on out? Think about it. We're like I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but we've been left behind essentially. And it started with the USAID thing when they gutted USAID, because that was soft power around the world. USAID provided, food and medicine in countries that we don't need in a strategic way, but possibly could in the future. You know what I'm saying? There could be something we need from them in the future, so we provide help to them to lobby good faith. Between the two of us. And then Donald Trump comes in and immediately just cuts it off. Like, people are literally dying in these countries in the streets. This is not hyperbole. This is not a metaphor. They're literally dying in the streets in other countries. So what does China do? They're like, oh, shit, perfect opportunity. So they swoop in and they start doing their version of USAID. They start building soft power. They start providing food and medicine to other countries. And through social media and through this TikTok ban, we've been finding out that China's pretty damn awesome to live in. I mean, I'm sure it has its issues. Obviously, so do we. But China is way more advanced than us. They are. I'm sorry to say it, but they are way more advanced. We just have not known it because we live in our American media bubble. But this entire time, China has just been leaving us behind. And they're doing it now. They have all the, like Donald Trump would say, We have all the cards. No, dude, you just gave China all the cards. You just gave China the cards. Or showed them all of ours. It's so stupid. China's not going to blink. They are in such a good position right now. And then tanking the U.S. economy and all this stuff. I just can't believe how it's nice to see more and more people getting outraged over this stuff. It really is. So, yeah. All right. Let's go to something else. Let's see what else is going on. Uh-oh. China's now showing support for Putin. Oh, boy. That's not good. We knew that was going on. Yeah. That's not good at all. Right after I said China's not that bad a place to live. Yeah, the other support. I guess they've been supporting Russia the entire time on the DL. So I don't know what the end game result is for that. But yeah, on Wednesday, President Xi Jinping arrived in Moscow to meet with Vladimir Putin amid continued drone strikes targeting the Russian capital. The visit followed the days the Ukrainian drone strikes in Moscow have come as China supplies Russia with significant energy resources amid Western sanctions. Yeah, that's not good, but I don't know what day is it that, Russia's having their, let me look that up. What day is it that Russia's having their big celebration? There was some celebration coming up where they were celebrating the end of World War II or their victory in World War II. And, they invited Donald Trump. Of course, they invited Donald Trump. And I wouldn't be surprised if he went. But then Zelensky came out and said, he was like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. He's like, just so you're aware, if you guys go, I cannot guarantee some shit ain't going to happen to you. But I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But Zelensky's like, yeah. And then as soon as he said that, a lot of the leaders are like, yeah, we got scheduling conflicts. We can't go. Okay. Yeah, it's so funny. This is a giant shit show. I heard that Donald Trump made a deal with the Houthis behind Israel's back? I gotta look this up. So this is essentially what I do to make a show. Like I look at different sources. We use not our page, but we use YouTube, TikTok. I mean, all the different social media platforms, Ground News, obviously Google. I use two different AI models to ask questions and stuff like that if I need clarification. And even then, I'm the type of person that doubts AI results, so I'll even look that up just to see. I don't like being wrong about stuff, but it happens, especially with the amount of stuff that we consume. Yeah, hold on. What is this? Oh, this was yesterday. Oh, okay, so he did make a deal with the Houthis. All right, Israel's not going to be happy about this. Hold on.
It doesn't matter what.
Hold on, let me turn this up.
A bit more about the deal that you've reached with the Houthis.
No, it's not a deal. They've said, please don't bomb us anymore, and we're not going to attack your ships.
Oh, that's all they had to do.
It doesn't matter where I hear it. The very good source, I could tell you. Very, very good source. Would you say, Marco? I would say pretty good, right, JD? A very good source.
Tell us a bit more about the deal that you've reached with the Houthis.
I'm not buying it. I don't believe a goddamn thing that comes out of that man's mouth. I don't know if they made a deal, because Israel would be pissed. I didn't realize how much Israel's pulling the strings on this, man. God, they are the leaders. Okay, again, the leaders are evil. Netanyahu, evil. Just truly horrible person. Yeah, because I know a lot of people around the country, around the world, could probably say that we're just evil people too. But obviously, it's not all of us. It's just our leaders that we chose. Okay, moving on. Yeah. So let's go see what Midas Touch is posting and get some news from them. If you guys haven't followed Midas Touch, he's one of the best places to get your information I like how they kind of do the law and politics stuff on it. I've learned a lot from watching their channel, just about how things work and everything like that. I don't see what's going on. Oh, good. Here we go. We're looking forward to higher inflation, higher unemployment. I'll see what this is. Full screen, and let's see what he says.
What looks likely, given the scope and scale of the tariffs, is that we will see certainly the risks to higher inflation, higher unemployment have increased. And if that's what we do see, if the tariffs are ultimately put in place at those levels, which we don't know, then we won't see further progress toward our goals. But we might see a delay in that. I think in our thinking we never do anything but keep achieving those goals. But we would, at least for the next, let's say, year, we would not be making progress toward those goals. Again, if that's the way the tariffs shake out. The thing is, we don't know that. There's so much uncertainty about the scale, scope, timing, and persistence of the tariffs.
Yes, it's because nobody has a clue what the hell Donald Trump is going to do tomorrow. That's why there's so much uncertainty. Because he'll change his mind tomorrow, or if somebody pisses him off or says something mean about him on social media or on Twitter, he'll put a tariff on him. It's that, and the market manipulation. Like, God, could we just call it what it is? These guys are making money hands over fist while people lose their savings, they lose their retirement funds, their 401ks, all that shit. Maybe they've made it back. I don't know. I'm poor, so I don't know how that shit works. I don't have stock. I don't have a retirement fund. And apparently at this point, I probably won't even have Social Security by the time I retire. So I'm just going to work until I die or win the lottery. Maybe I'll win the lottery and I'll have some money to throw back. But yeah. Until then, it's just, life in America. It is what it is. That's why I don't know. I think at the beginning of this, one of the questions I had to ask myself was like, why should people listen to me? And I think that's the main reason. It's just I am the normal guy who's struggling just to get through a day in America. You know what I mean? I don't really I never could figure out a reason why people should listen to what I have to say, especially when half the shit that flies in my mouth is insane. So, yeah. Higher unemployment, higher inflation. That's what we have to look forward to. We also have the potential of having empty shelves this summer. China and U.S. ports. Let me see if I can show you why. This is exactly why. What port is that? Does it say? Hold on. Shanghai and okay, so LA. So this is one of our busiest ports in the United States. Port of Los Angeles is at a standstill. That means that no products are coming in. That means no products are being put on the shelves. As soon as we run out of whatever surplus these people bought before Donald Trump's tariffs is going to last a month or two. So probably we've been saying July 4th. I think Mike has a good Independence Day. I think is a good way to gauge how this is going to go because this is China's port. What? They're just, their business as usual. If not, business is booming because now they have new trade partners. If anything, they're now they're even buying oil from Canada now. I told y'all, we're being left behind. And these idiot bullies like Trump, these narcissists who don't want to believe, they want to think that they have everything under control and that everybody's going to bow to their will. But obviously not. This is a problem. Okay, this is a supply chain problem because this is us. Okay, let's look at them. This is them. That's not good. That's not good, guys. That's not good. So, the top 1% owns as much in general as the bottom 50%. Yeah, fun fact too. The bottom 50% of America make less than $30,000 a year per capita. I'm not talking per household, but that's crazy to me. You can't live on $30,000 a year. 40, you can't even get an apartment and a car payment for $40,000 a year now. That's crazy. When I was just got out of the military, I was like 22, 23 years old. So a long ass time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I was making like 40 grand a year selling cars, and I had a car payment, I had my own place, I had all that shit. You can't do that now. And half of America still makes less than 30 grand a year. But they want to take more from us. Come on, man. That's just crazy. It's exposing what it is. It's a top and bottom problem. This has never been a left or right. They've made it about left and right to keep us separated, to keep us arguing so they can continue to run the top while just manipulating the bottom. It's class warfare is what this is. And until we recognize it, until we come together as in a unified response, we're never going to win. We're never going to win. That's why the left has to put aside our petty differences. And I think that's happening. I do think that's happening. And the reason I say that is because I'm involved now in my local 5051 group. Actually, there's another meeting. I'll be live streaming on TikTok probably this Saturday. We're making signs from like noon to 2, and then from 2 to 4, there's a meeting regarding the next upcoming event, which is May 10th, which I will also be attending. This is my 6th protest this year. And again, I'm not a Soros-funded operative who gets paid to go from protest to protest like it shit's all out of my own pocket. The nice thing is this has grown so much, this resistance movement, that it's reached my soul. I live in a city of 35,000 people in the middle of America, in the middle of Pennsylvania. Sorry, my gummies are kicking it. But anyway, it's reached here, which is great. And I can guarantee some of the people that are attending these meetings voted for Trump. And the nice thing that I saw, the thing that inspired me the most, and I talked about this before, but it bears repeating, was it's Gen Z organizing the protests and the meetings and getting people on group chats and organizing on social media. And it's boomers. The average age had to be 65 plus in that room. I might have been one of the younger people in the room, and I'm 47. But they were paying attention. They thanked the young kids for being there and for doing what they're doing. And then at the end, they asked if any of us old heads want to participate. And you know me. Of course, I said yes, absolutely. And I even suggested I'd like to do, this is crazy, but I know the mayor, not on a personal basis, but I've met him and I have his phone number. But I had this idea of doing a monthly town hall in the city I live in, to explain to not just people that voted for Trump who are realizing that they got screwed, but people that didn't vote who have no idea what's going on and need a place to turn to ask questions and find out like why the hell things are as bad as they are, especially in the coming months. I think it's going to be important that we have we build a community of a place where people can turn to, because we don't want them turning to the right. God forbid. The last thing we want is more people turning to the right, because that's what won the election the last time. They targeted the young white men in America. That's what Charlie Kirk's whole spiel is. That's why he goes to different college campuses. They'll debate anybody, they say, but they're specifically targeting and messaging the young white men. And that's what happened. We thought Gen Z was going to save democracy, but Gen Z, white men, Gen Z, overwhelmingly supported Donald Trump, which was that was something I didn't see coming. And I was surprised about. So, but we got a lot of fighting to do. So I will be live streaming the 5051 event on the 10th, which is, I don't like the location because it's literally in an intersection, and we take up all 4 corners of the intersection. So there's literally cars driving by. And so I've been to 5, this is crazy. I've been to 5 protests this year. The most resistance I've had of any of the protests that I've been to is in my hometown, in my small town. You got assholes doing burnouts. You got dipshits in their diesel trucks dumping all the smoke out of the tailpipe, calling us the F word. And I'm not talking about fucker. They're calling us something else. Calling us other slurs. And Every other protest I've been to has been absolutely peaceful. Nobody's bothered us, except for the one in New York. We had a little bit of a disturbance, but that wasn't too much. But yeah, here at home, and it bothers me because, there are people just driving into crowds that they don't like, and I don't like the idea of having this on the corners of a major intersection. It's one of the major. It's like the hub intersection of our city, one of the busiest ones in our hometown. So it always worries me about traffic and whatnot. But we get a lot of people driving through too that are beeping and waving and supporting and whatnot. So it's not all bad. But the most resistance I've had, though, honestly, is in my hometown. In my hometown. But again, I live in a very formerly Trump heavy area. You don't see any flags anymore. You don't see any. You still see some for the truly dedicated ones, but for the most part, they're gone. My next door neighbor still has one, and he looks like a Yahtzee. I mean, like, I've always hated his guts anyway. Like, I've never really liked the guy, so it's not a big deal. But it bothers me. It bothers me. So seeing him vote for Trump is just like, yeah, I kind of saw that coming. So why is my TikTok pausing? Am I not live right now? Did I lose signal? No, we're good. All right, we're good. All right, so let's let me go to Ron Filipowski's page. Okay, great. Okay, Trump announces the U.S. will call the Persian Gulf the Arabian Gulf. Oh, thank God we're saved, guys. We're saved. He's putting in the hard work. Oh, what was the name of that lady that she called the, what the heck was it? Harriet Hagen. We truly have dummies or idiots running the office. This is funny. All right, so she's in favor of the name Gulf of America due to Mexico dumping raw sewage into the area near San Diego. For those of you who don't know, they're not connected.
I was just in San Diego. This is why we should change this to the Gulf of America versus the Gulf of Mexico. Is for over 40 years, the country of Mexico has been dumping raw sewage into the area near San Diego, California. And the head of the EPA, Lee Zeldin, was just there approximately 2 weeks ago. I was just in San Diego meeting with some folks down there, and they described the situation. It's absolutely a horrific situation. It is an environmental catastrophe and disaster created, and the country of Mexico absolutely refuses to address it and fix it. And has been fouling our waters for decades upon decades. It needs to be resolved, but that is another reason.
We haven't been dumping chemicals in the world. Okay, so yeah, she thinks the Gulf of America should be named the Gulf of Mexico should be named the Gulf of America because Mexico dumps water or sewage and shit into the water near San Diego. Everybody got that? I know it's confusing because it doesn't make sense geographically. Yeah, I love possum of anti. Yeah, America would never dump raw sewage anywhere. Oh my God, yeah. She said the Gulf of Mexico? No, she did not. Please tell me she didn't say that. Let's watch that again.
To the Gulf of America versus the Gulf of Mexico.
She almost did say a Gulf of Mexico. That's hilarious. Yeah, we truly have idiots running the show here. Oh, man. Okay, so what else we got going on? Oh, this guy. That guy. Don't like that guy at all. He's a horrible person. I can't stand this guy. Why do people think he's a genius? Like I said, it's all just manufactured. His whole image. Kevin Sorbo. Oh my God. The fact that Democrats won't pass a voter ID bill tells you that they cheat. And they're still talking about cheating in elections. And after they won, and they're still going on about cheating in elections. And there was no mass voter fraud, by the way. We haven't talked about that at all, right? Like, they said that the Democrats were going to win because illegal immigrants were coming into the United States and Democrats were getting them to vote for them. Obviously, that didn't happen, but they're still running around posting memes about cheating elections. Like, these people are so pathetic. And I got to be careful scrolling on TikTok or on Twitter because they'll post anything. But let's look at some other news. Oh, yeah, there's a new fungus that is like The Last of Us that's going around. that's exciting. Oh, yeah, does anybody know what this is about? I heard about this, and it's probably another tariff. JP Morgan says position for upside on chance Trump's mystery, very, very big announcement is market moving. Oh, so we're going to have more market manipulation? Is that what we're doing? Okay, great. That's awesome. And no, I'm not signing up for a free trial. So let's read the synopsis here. I like this, how they have the insights. President Donald Trump announced on May 6th he will make a very significant disclosure before his next week's trips to Saudi Arabia. Okay. I'm just thinking back to the $2 billion that Jared Kushner took from the Saudis and all that. This announcement follows ongoing tension in trade negotiations with China and recent bilateral meetings through Trump said is not necessarily related to trade. Trump hinted at an upcoming revelation, describing it as highly significant and very positive, suggesting it will be a groundbreaking development, for love of God, not seen in many years. Yeah, this is definitely Donald Trump talking. Financial experts advise caution since the announcement's impact on market remains uncertain despite some bullish investor sentiment. The announcement's timing, just before Trump's Middle East trip, suggests it could influence diplomatic or economic developments. Full details. That's crazy. That's crazy. Where I wanted the executive. I should have cleared my search history out before I did the stream. Trying to look up. This is crazy. All right, so this is this is where our tax dollars is going. We talked about this a little bit too. So Donald Trump Jr. co-founds a new executive private members club, executive branch. It's called the Executive Branch with a $500,000 entry fee. So basically, millionaires and billionaires can bribe their way into access. That's what they're paying for. That's what the $500,000 is. Where did I get the Trump v. Trump video at the Oval? I got that on. I got that on Twitter. I think I did. I can post it to Twitter so you guys can download it. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I'm just gonna put. I don't post to Twitter much. What was the opener? My videos are so unorganized. I need help. I need editors. And I need people to manage all this shit. Where the hell is this video? On the 4th? No, that was AOI Trump Pope. See what I mean? Oh my God, where the hell is it? Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, I'll upload it and then you guys can download it and share it. There you go. Ta-da! Indeed. Did I want people roll on? Twitter is a stupid place. Actually, all of social media is kind of crazy. But back to this here. A new private membership club co-founded by Trump Jr., total waste of DNA, is charging a $500,000 membership fee. And there's already a waiting list. Of course there is. Of course there is. People need things. That's the nice thing about these people is it's very easy to know what they're all about. It's all transactional with them. It's 100%. Everything is about money. 100% of the time. Oh my God, this stuff tastes awful. Okay, where are we at? Hour and 20 minutes. Oh, we've almost been on for almost almost a couple hours now. I'm going to take a little break here in a little bit, but I'll find a video to play before I go. It will open sometime in the next month or so in the location of Georgetown neighborhood in Washington, D.C. Unbelievable. Oh, they held a launch party, too. A half a dozen members of President Trump's administration, as well as wealthy CEOs, tech founders, and policy experts. According to people familiar with the club who declined to be named, speaking about it publicly, executive branch was founded by Trump Jr. along with Omid Malik and Christopher Buskirk of 1789 Capital investment firm. Isn't the OpenAI guy in it too? Not the OpenAI guy, the PayPal guy. Isn't he part of this too? Alex and Zach Witkoff, sons of real estate developer Steve Witkoff, who is in Trump's cabinet, his Middle East envoy, says here. Founding members include that's it is, David Sachs. White House crypto czar David Sachs, crypto investors Tyler and Karen Winklevoss, and tech investor, yeah, you get it. And on top of the $500,000 fee, there's even annual dues, which have yet to be disclosed. Okay, oh my God, you must be kidding. You must be kidding. Restaurants, bars, child trafficking. Oh no, I'm sorry, it doesn't say that. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, this is like literally Pizzagate. But yeah, except it's a White House club. The club offers exclusive restaurants and bars along with meeting spaces, gym, spas, and typically come with membership fees of roughly $4,000 to $10,000. Some, like the Aman Club in New York, for example, run as high as $200,000 for a club membership. Y'all have too much money. Y'all have too much money. I could live on $200,000 for years. Years. Multiple years. I mean, I could have one really good year on 200 G's. I've never made 200 grand in my life in a year. I've gotten close to 100 back in the day, 100 grand a year. That was back when I was a car dealer. I was running car dealerships at the time when I was younger, before I made bad life choices and everything fell apart. But Jesus Christ, 200 grand, $500,000 just to get in. These people have way too much money. This is disgusting. How much money could this possibly feed? How many people could this possibly feed? And they're out here just joining some bullshit club so they could bribe and get access to Donald Trump and his kids. This is disgusting. And again, I started the show off with they made a big deal out of Obama wearing a tan suit. But Donald Trump can open a pay-to-play club and call it the executive branch. But that's okay. Nobody's saying shit about that. I have to sit here and pretend like, you know what I mean? Why is this not a bigger story? This is obviously them currying favor with basically anybody that wants to dole out the money. That's insane. That's truly crazy. Okay, so I wonder what Trump's big announcement is before his Middle East trip. Probably more tariffs on something. I don't know. Is there anything left that he has not tariffed, or any country left that he hasn't tariffed at this point? And that seems to be his response to everything. Tariff. Oh my God. All right. Let me go home. So, yeah. Oh, you know what? There is a story I wanted to look into. This is actually good because now I can actually do research for the show too. but I don't. I looked on Ground News earlier. XAI turbines. Turbines. Yes, I meant turbines. Thank you. Oh shit, this is a real story. Okay, so all right, so Elon's XAI company is apparently running just a shit ton of methane gas turbines. No, holy shit! How did this is how they destroy the environment. This is how they destroy. Do you guys realize that, like, recycling and all that, telling us that we're responsible for recycling, that was made by big oil, because they wanted us to feel like we're the cause of all the pollution in the world, when almost all of it comes from them. It doesn't matter how much we recycle. We'll never solve the problem until we do something about the big companies like this. So Musk's data company draws a backlash in Memphis. The turbines, enough to power 280,000 homes. I fucking hate these people. I fucking hate these people with a passion. Just think of how much good they could be doing in the world, and instead they're doing this. Okay, so enough to power 280,000 homes, run without emission controls. That was one of the things Elon Musk was pioneering against, was EPA, environmental protection rules and regulations. That's why they love Donald Trump, because he likes to deregulate. So they are running without any type of emission controls. That's crazy. His AI company is belching smog-forming pollution into an area of South Memphis that's already leads the state in emergency department visits for asthma. None of the 35 methane gas turbines that help power XAI's massive supercomputer is equipped with pollution controls typically required by federal rules. All right, we should get a bigger picture here. The company has no Clean Air Act permits. In just 11 months since the company arrived in Memphis, XAI has become one of Shelby County's largest emitters of smog-producing nitrogen oxides. According to calculations by environmental groups whose data has been reviewed by Politico's E&E News, the plant is in an area whose air is already considered unhealthy. So it's already considered unhealthy, and now Elon Musk is belching methane and nitrogen oxides into the air. Super. The turbines spew nitrogen oxides, also known as NOx or NOx, at an estimated rate of 12 to 2,000 tons a year, far more than the gas-fired power plant across the street or the oil refinery down the road. So he's destroying the environment, literally, and just to power his AI plant that he has. I gotta ask Brando if he knows anything about this. We gotta get him back on the show. We haven't had Tennessee Brando on the show in a minute. So, but this should be a much bigger story. I heard they're not even supposed to have all the turbines running. Like they've taken the reins completely off this guy, and he may not be in the government anymore. But he did all the damage he wanted to do. He dismantled all the agencies that were going to regulate this kind of shit. So now there's no oversight on stuff like this. So now he can just dump toxic fumes into the sky, and there's no organization that's going to stop him or regulate it. That's crazy. All for this, and I don't trust Elon Musk with this much power. He does not need a supercomputer. He does not need to be developing artificial intelligence. We've already heard rumors of Elon Musk's Starlink being used to funnel data out of, I think it was the NLRB. It's allegations from the whistleblower. So that's a real thing. So we got Elon Musk. So we got the government pushing Starlink. We know Elon Musk is doing some suspect shit with Starlink. And I always go back to the time his kid said, with Starlink, we can quietly do whatever we want. You don't, however, a couple-year-old, you don't say stuff like that. It's not an original thought. You're repeating something that you heard. So I don't trust Elon Musk with Twitter. I don't trust him with artificial intelligence. And nobody should trust him in our government. Like, it's absolutely insane to me that anybody in this world would trust that guy. But you wouldn't believe it, the amount of MAGAs that are still online, like glazing this dude, just like, gargling the Elon balls. They love him. They think he's the greatest thing ever. They think he's going to send him a check eventually. You got to keep waiting. Just keep waiting. Let us know when it shows up. Let us know when it shows up. You know what? Let's hop over to TikTok and see what's going on over there. Now, I follow
news because it's not breaking. And good morning. Israel says that they support India's right to defend itself from terrorists. They must know there is nowhere to hide. I bet the fuck you do. I bet the fuck you do, you trick ass bitch.
Yo, I love him, man. He is hilarious. This news is great. Great. Okay, so Israel's got their hands on some other shit now too. Great. That's just fantastic. Oh my god. So yeah. All right. I follow a lot of weird shit. Oh, this is pretty cool. You guys know who Kai Cenat is? If you don't, he's a streamer. He's a gamer, but he does a lot of other stuff too. But he has like a streaming university now that he started. I think it's pretty cool. People get a chance to, I don't even know what it's about. Make it big. Streaming, which is what I'm doing right now, apparently. I should apply for it, right? Some old fart like me doing it. That'd be cool. I play video games. I'm good at games. Not really. I'm okay. I'll probably play after this, actually. So, yeah. It's fun. I didn't even plan this episode out. I figured I would just open up a few tabs to see how it went, and it's actually going pretty good. I'm not going to be able to go till like 8 o'clock, though. I'm probably going to have to stop here soon. I'm not used to talking all this much on my own. It's weird. So, but no, this works. I think we could do more of this. I want to do more shows like this where I just sit down and live stream like news as it happens instead of, doing it days later when we do a lot. Because we do a lot of effort and put a lot of effort into the podcast. But I like to be able to report the news because sometimes by the time our show comes out, the news is already days old. And in this environment, days when it comes to the news is a lifetime. So some of the stories we cover could be out of date. Let me see what the For You page has. Fuck. Okay. That's not good. Ukraine considers shift from dollar to euro amid geopolitical realignments. Donald Trump's going to tank the U.S. dollar. He's going to. That's what I think the point is. I think they're trying to tank the U.S. dollar to drive up the price of gold. For some reason, that theory just makes. The price of gold has gone way up since Donald Trump got elected. Way up. And then, Donald Trump's obsessed with gold, guys. We all know that. The guy has a gold toilet. Let's be honest, it's a little weird. He haven't even changed the Oval Office into all this gaudy gold shit. So I feel like, and him and Elon Musk were extremely interested in Fort Knox for no apparent reason whatsoever. So I feel like it's just, that's, I don't know. It sounds like a movie villain plot or something like that. But I just get that gut feeling. I don't know why. What the hell was I going to look up? I don't remember. Nope, I don't remember. Okay, doesn't matter. This Bitcoin shit is... And Donald Trump has his own meme coin. This shit drives me nuts. When is this from? News outlets ask for Abrego Garcia's court records to be unsealed. They are desperately trying to make this guy look bad. Or good. I don't know what the story's about yet. So, a group of 14 news organizations on Tuesday asked federal court overseeing Kilmer Abrigo's case unsealed court records requiring removal prosecutor in the United States. The media outlets made the request as filings about Abrego Garcia's detention in Salvadorian prison have been increasingly closed to the public. Yeah, they've been very secretive about this whole thing. deported by Trump to El Salvador. We know that. Democrats demanded, they've strongly demanded, at least some of them went down there. Did the others go down, or was it just the one that went down there? I can't remember. I forget who it was. They're like, we're going to send a strongly worded letter. I think it was Schumer. Strongly worded letter with very strong questions. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're dealing with actual fascists and you're going to send a goddamn letter, a strongly worded letter. That's going to do it. Yeah, okay, we're saved. Thank you, Mr. Schumer. You figured it out. We're going to send him a strongly worded letter and make him angry. Okay, so this to facilitate his return, and they still have not done that, obviously. I think this whole thing is going to be a big, it's a huge mess already, but I think it's going to get even worse. Because, you know what we could talk about? Let me look this up. How much money, and this is why this is going to blow up, does get from NATO? Was it NATO or is it the UN? I can't remember. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, El Salvador receives financial support. It's from not the UN directly, but it's part of they're a member of the UN. And the UN would be very upset with El Salvador if they were in fact running a death camp and bringing in people from other countries that are not convicted felons. And that was the agreement, from what I understand, between Bukele, sorry. That was actually unintentional. The agreement was with Bukele that they would bring in convicted criminals, and now he's obviously finding out they're not convicted criminals, they're just people with brown skin who have tattoos. So we're deporting U.S. citizens, we're deporting kids, we're just snatching people off the streets. This is not a United States. Like, this is not a United States that I want my kids to live in when I'm gone. Like, I fear for my kids. Not only are my kids both Mexican descent, they're both part of the LGBTQ community. So my kids could be targeted at any moment. And I'll never condone violence, and I'm not one that goes out and tries to find problems, but I guarantee if you come after my kids, I will happily go to prison for the rest of my fucking life. And I'm saying this with my full chest, to protect my children. So there will be a unaliving, because I'm on TikTok, of if that were to happen. That's insane that they're just going after people like that. I heard Cinco de Mayo celebrations were canceled because people were afraid that ICE was just going to target the celebrations. Is that really the America we want? Like, this is why we need to put our differences aside. I do see it happening, but we need to do it faster. A lot faster than we're doing it now. Okay, we are not doing it enough. The protests are just going to keep getting bigger, but we need to be online. And if you do go to a protest or any event, even if you've never live streamed before, man, just grab your phone, get one of these platforms out, and just hit live. It doesn't matter if, you know what I mean, you don't have to say anything, just to document the event. Because we need to flood the zone, because they're trying to suppress our type of information or our points of views. They're definitely trying to suppress it on a lot of these platforms. Twitter, forget it. But the only way we're going to get around it is we have to absolutely overflow the algorithm, because there's more of us than there's them. There's more of us. There's no possible way they can push us all back. No possible way, but we have to do it as a united front. You know what I mean? So, we'll get there, though. We'll get there. But I want to do more, like I said, if I can raise the money, I want to start doing more streams like this where I actually plan shit out. I didn't have time to plan anything out today. honestly had this idea at like noon. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to do a 4-hour live stream. I think I may have overstepped with the 4 hours, okay? I may have overstepped with the 4 hours. I was a little ambitious. But yeah, I want to do more like this where we sit down and we hang out, where you guys can jump in and out of the show that I'll be on for hours, and maybe Mike and I can do this at the same time somehow, or I can get other people to come in and hop out. Like, there's so many things that we could do to bring you the news and make it more interactive than just a couple lives a week. Like, if I could stream for 3, 4, 5 hours a day and we could plan this stuff out, like if we had a team and people that helped us with editing and clipping and stuff like that, moderating, it'd be a whole different story. Like, we could really build a massive community. But right now, like I said, I just don't have the funds at the time to do it. So if you guys are able to, like, if you enjoyed at least hanging out with me today and thought it was pretty cool and want to see us do more of this, please visit the link tree in my bio or in the description of the video, depending on what platform you're watching on. Because yeah, we want to keep growing, but we can't do it without your support. And it's gotten to the point where I don't know how long I can continue this going. But I don't want to stop. I'll figure it out one way or another. But we do need help, and asking for help is not always easy for me. It feels weird. Makes me feel like I failed in a way, I guess. Trying to ask for help, like I can't do it on my own. I think that's maybe that's a guy thing. I don't know. Or maybe that's just a me thing. I don't know. But if you guys go to the link tree, there's a GoFundMe in there. If you don't like GoFundMe, I also did put my Cash App in the description of the video. So any support is appreciated. I'm going to hop off now because I've been talking for like 2 hours straight. And I don't know what else to talk about for the day. There's been a lot going on, but I'm going to start. I like doing this. I do like doing this and seeing you guys and seeing the comments on the screen live, and you guys being able to interact with each other and stuff like that on screen. I do like this. So, well, that is definitely a guy thing. It must be. Yeah, it must be. But this worked pretty good for the most part. I'd like to add more interactive stuff. I'll have to figure that stuff out. But the live streams I'll be doing in this type platform where I'm just in the corner and you guys are up here in this corner, interacting with each other and interacting with me. The other live streams I do with Mike, the ones that we actually plan out, we do on StreamYard, so it's a little bit different. So it's 2 different platforms altogether. Yeah. But no, I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Love you all. If you guys want to hang out some more, I'm going to probably hop on and play some Call of Duty and whoop some people's asses in that. So I'll be streaming that on TikTok, just the oldie TikTok, so I can listen to music and shit. And for some reason, they let you do it. No other platform lets you do it, especially, God forbid you play a video that has music on it on YouTube. They will freak the fuck out and put a copyright in your video in a heartbeat. I had one video that had like 2 notes of a Kid Rock song that he was singing at a Trump rally, and they were like, nope. I was like, what the hell, man? So learning all this at my age has been fun. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight for the last couple hours. I was going to go longer, but I just can't do it tonight. I didn't plan it out well enough, but I promise in the future, maybe I can do this once or twice a week from here on out. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out to see what I can do. Thank you guys a lot for watching and hanging out. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you here. When's our next show? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. We're going to be on Sons of Liberty's podcast on YouTube next Tuesday. So we're not going to do a show on our channel. We're going to be on their podcast, which is weird because it's the first time anybody's ever asked us to come on their show, other than like Tennessee Brando and Coach D and them. So yeah, love you guys. Thank you all for hanging out. And if you want to play some video.